Hi, my little panda cubs. So, dealing with loss during your transition, and unfortunately, I have first-hand experience with this. Because of transitioning, I've lost a fiance, 2 best friends, and was disowned by my mum. That hurts. It really hurts. It is what it is. My best friend, well, one of my best friends, said outright that he's never going to be able to accept the new me. He refused point blank to accept my transition. He said he disagreed with it, doesn't like it. And so on that day, I made a decision. I deleted him and cut him out of my life. My best friend. One of my best friends. I won't say his name, but he used to feature on this channel quite regularly, where he said he can't accept the new me. And I was thinking then, if he doesn't want me to be happy, if me being happy is something he disagrees with, is he still my friend? If he needs to put his political opinions before respecting his best friend's quality of life, how is that still a friend? Never mind a best friend. So I learned that day that eventually you need to make a very painful decision and cut the cord. And that's exactly what I did. I drew a line in the sand, and I still miss him to this day. I really do. It never hurts any less. I wish he could have accepted me. And I loved him a lot more than he loved me. My other best friend is also actually homophobic and transphobic. Surprisingly, he turned out to be a lot more accepting than I thought he would be. Whenever I was starving, he still sent me food money, right? Because he didn't want to see me starving. I went to see him, I think it was last month or the month before I went to see him. And I was wearing my skirt, and he rinsed me a little, as you do, just to banter. But he was fine with it. He really made an effort to accept me, even though he disagrees with the transgender agenda. But he made an effort, and I saw that, and I appreciated that. Unfortunately, his girlfriend is a TERF, and she took exception to me using the girls' bathroom. I'm sorry, but I've got tits, right? I've got big honking titties now. Honk titties. I have. And I was wearing a skirt. You know, if I need to pee, I'm going to pee. I'm not going into the men's room dressed like that with titties, right? The bar staff saw me going. They didn't care. The security guy at the bus station opened the girls' bathroom for me. I'm always respectful, though. I always wait until it's empty. I wait until there's nobody, and then I'll sort of sneak in and out. And listen, I'm just peeing. I just pee and wash my hands, and that's it. I'm done. What's the big deal? But his girlfriend didn't like that, and she told him to block me. So he did. Now that hurt. So my other best friend blocked me to please his TERF girlfriend. It hurts that you're just not that important to these people. So you have to think, if you're not important to them, then why are you clinging onto them? You know your worth. Know your self-worth. Remember, friends can be replaced. You'll find friends who do accept you for who you are. And that's the key. It's a bit tricky when it comes to family. I mentioned earlier, I was also disowned by my mother for a year. She left me starving to death all year because she disagreed with me transgendering. I mean, who sees their child starving out of spite? That one hurt a lot, and I resented her a lot. Or that I had a lot of hate and resentment and bitterness for her. It took me a long time to forgive her, and this past few months we've been talking again, and she did send me some money other month for some food. A little too late, but she tried. And she seems to be more accepting of me now. And we talked about it, and she said it was just a shock to her at first, and she needed time. She needed time to adjust. So I've been thinking about this. Why do people find it so hard just to accept us and support our transition? And I realized it's because they're mourning. They're mourning that they feel lost because they've known you as one thing for so long, and they love you as this one thing, and now suddenly that one thing doesn't exist anymore. You're somebody new, because that's technically it, right? They're losing the old you, and then this new you, they don't really know you, so they go through a period of mourning because to them they've lost somebody. So I try to be patient and keep that in mind. I let them go through their period of mourning and try to reassure them that I'm just the version of me that should have always been. My mum, I asked her what she was going to call me if I was born a girl. She told me she was going to call me Sarah. Now I've already got a name now. My name's Pandora, or Panda for short, as you know. Okay, I'll take Sarah as my middle name. Pandora, Sarah, because it builds that little bit of a bridge. Like, look, you haven't lost me. I'm not dead. I'm just a person. I'm just the other person that you was going to give birth to, right? So you haven't lost the old me. You've just gained the new me. And old me is still, well, actually old me is not still inside me. I'm a totally different person to that person. But you get what I mean. Then they're gaining a new and improved version of me, and try to show a little patience. I know it can be frustrating, but let them go through the period of mourning. Reassure them that they haven't lost you. They've just gained a new version of you, one that's happy. Remind them that it's about your happiness. And if they don't respect that after a while, and they keep putting you down, keep putting your transition down, keep being unsupportive, then that's when you need to know your worth and ask yourself, hang on, is this person actually my friend? If they don't want you to be happy, at some point you need to do what I did, in the very painful decision to cut the cord and find yourself a new circle. I have the most amazing circle now. I have Sophie, I have my daughter Lily. I have a daughter now, by the way, little Lily. She's adorable, and she was a little sister, but she wanted a mummy. And she's so adorable. I said, okay, I'll adopt you. I'll be your mummy, because who doesn't want a BPD schizo mummy, huh? And I've got Scouty. Scouty looks after me pretty good, way more than he has to, way more than he should. Actually, he has no obligation towards me whatsoever, but he likes to look after me. My emotional support Frenchman. I have all my little sisters. I've got a nice little circle now who all love me and accept me for who I am. And I'm insane. I had Mummy Motel as well, but I think I drove her away. My BPD got a little too much for her, I think. She told me she needed a break, and gone. That's my next step. I need to get my BPD under control, because it drives people away eventually, and I don't like that. I can't help it. Anyway, speaking of little family, I have a Discord server now, and if you'd like to join, Panda's Cub Den, the link is in the description. And Bear in mind that this is a safe space for trans people and gender non-conforming people. It's just a nice, supportive, safe space. So there's no edgy Twitter or 4chan stuff there. Please, it's just a nice little space for my cubs to make friends and talk about all their issues and whatnot and support each other. Please do join. As for my fiance, she told me straight up she can't be with a tranny and kicked me out of her house. Asked me to leave. But look, you have to do what's best for you. Is transition right for you? Is your life's, is your quality of life and the rest of your life's happiness worth sacrificing just to keep somebody around who doesn't respect you and doesn't want you to be happy? You have to weigh up the pro and con, your happiness or somebody else's comfort. And if somebody else might be important to you, but if your happiness isn't important to them, why are they important to you still? Think about that. You deserve happiness. If you want to transition, you deserve to transition. And if somebody can't accept that, show them just a little bit of patience. Remind them this is about your happiness. And remind them that they're not losing you, they're just gaining the better version of you. But only show so much tolerance. After a while, snip, 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 snip. Cut that cord, because you'll find much better people. Zippity.